Good morning, Warren. I'm just back doing another gratitude garden. Um, Had a really cool moment this morning where we had a student who came up to the office. He's in one of our sixth graders, and he came to us when he was in third grade, um, and was in a different district prior to that. And he, in once in a while, this happens as an educator, and it's one of it is one of those things that really motivates you, inspires you, and reminds you why you do what you do. Um, a lot of times, educators are told, you know, from veteran educators, younger educators are told from veterans that like your job basically is planting seeds, and there's a good chance you're not going to get to see the results of that, right? So like a lot of, especially like when I taught middle school, it's like the kids were in, they were out. A lot of the things you teach them, a lot of the lessons you teach them, not just content, but like life lessons, personal growth lessons. Um, you don't get to see the fruits of that, because a lot of those don't set in or have an impact until later in the student's life. And one of the neat things about elementary school is you can kind of see it more because the kids are with you for 8 years, if they attend pre-K with you, and but to have a student come up and express to you their gratitude for the impact that you have had on them, it's one of the most emotional um, and rewarding experiences as an educator. So we had a student that came up to the office and said to us, back in my day, um, he's like, which was third grade. He said, when I came here, he said, it changed my life. He said, in my previous school, it was clear they didn't care about me. They were afraid of my mom, and so they just let me do whatever I wanted to do, and that wasn't good for me. So that right there is a really cool thing to hear a student acknowledge, because how many kids want to just do whatever it is they want to do, and he has actually recognized that that is not a good thing, that it's important for the adults to set boundaries. And then he said, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be the person I am today. He said, I am a better person because of this school and the teachers in this school. And I was just overwhelmed. It was such a cool experience, and you don't get that very often. I've had it happen a few times in my career where, students come back and comment on that. But oftentimes, you just have to trust that what you're doing is making an impact. Like I know there are several teachers in my life that made a huge difference, and I did not go back and tell them. I didn't let them know in the moment. I was too insecure. I did let one of them know like a couple of years ago. I mean, which is almost 20 years after I had the teacher. When she was in retirement, and I ran into her and I let her know. But those moments right there are why we get into education. And what a way to start Friday, to start my weekend, and just to hear just to hear how much of an impact our school community is making on kids, and to hear it from the kids themselves. It's awesome, and I can't. And it's something that you can't truly fully appreciate unless you've experienced it yourself. It was the last thing I think anybody who was around expected to hear, because it just doesn't happen that often. And for a kid to be that insightful, too, like I said, like to recognize, like, you know, I was allowed to just do whatever I wanted, and that was a bad thing. Like that, it's just it's such a cool moment, and it just, as the administrator, just makes me so incredibly proud of everything our teachers do. I know the amount of work that everybody put into the Family Fun Night Wednesday, how much work they put into making the school year work, how many times we had to pivot and make schedule changes, and how many times the rules have changed this year. And I mean, they really just at every turn have stepped up and risen to the challenge and put the kids first. This is without a doubt the best school community I have ever been part of, the most positive school community, and this includes also the community itself, you guys, the parents, the community members as well. Just everyone is just so much more involved and positive and supportive and about the kids and understanding and empathetic than any building I've been in. And like, there's a reason why next year I think is my 9th year, and I have no desire to be part of any other school. I have no desire to move on. I'm not bored or ready to move on to a different job. I am incredibly grateful every day to be where I am, and it's because of all of you. It's because of all of our staff. In that when I say staff, I mean everybody. Like, everyone here is so positive. Our custodians, our teachers, our ed techs, our lunch lady, everybody. Bus drivers are great to work with. And I think that and every year we get better and better and closer and more tightly knit and better at communicating. And it's really like any good relationship, any good community, any good team. We wade through the adversity and we come out on the other side stronger. And I truly appreciate that about the school. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys this week. I just could not share that. It was just such an amazing experience, and just reminded me about how lucky I am and how lucky we are to be here doing what we do. So thank you, everybody, and I hope you have a wonderful long weekend.